What's up, guys? It's the Pop Punk Dad back here with Joe at Four Chord Fest 6. Oh, you're from Eternal Boy too. I gotta say that.
You do, you absolutely do, man.
If not, you're just Joe.
I'm just Joe,
Yeah.
just a regular guy.
So what year is this for you? This is
6 in a row, man.
6 in a row. Is this with Eternal Boy every single year? Or?
Yep, every year.
Jeez.
Every year. Rishi, our singer, the mastermind, does what he has to do to make it happen, and here we are. Cannot believe number 6. Unbelievable how fast the time goes, man.
What makes this year different than any of the other years?
Definitely a big step up. This is the first year that it's not just Rishi. He's teamed up with some other people as well to make this one possible. Different venue. We always had it at another venue in Pittsburgh. They're no longer doing shows, from what I understand.
Yeah, I saw they were doing construction last year, like as Four Chord 5 was going on. No, but it's at Highmark Stadium this year.
Correct.
It's been how did you pronounce that before? Xanga?
Extaza.
Extaza. I always said, I don't know why I put an N in there.
They yeah, it's one of the
Previously Club Zoo is what I always called it.
Right, the old days.
I always called it Club Zoo.
Club Zoo,
Yeah.
back when all the young kids. It was the underage club where
Yeah.
you can go and like be like a teenager and like grind with girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drink water and Monster Energy
It
drinks.
was awesome. I was there every week. No, I wasn't. I really wasn't. I wanted to be though. I
I
wasn't
saw
cool enough.
when it was still Club Zoo. I saw Rancid there.
Dude, I was at that show.
Yeah?
I saw Rancid there. This was a while back.
Yeah.
A while. I was
2007, something like that.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, but it was that was a lot of fun. It's crazy. Like Rancid just came here. They played at Sandcastle.
Right on. Right on. I really wanted to go to that. Well, that was with
Pennywise.
Pennywise and Suicidal Tendencies, which I
yeah.
really wanted to see.
And they canned Punk and Drublic, which was supposed to be the same place.
Right
Which was
on.
really fun.
Haven't seen a Punk and Drublic yet.
I did press. My first press show was here at Punk and Drublic at Highmark Stadium. They had it in 2000, whatever that was, a couple years ago.
Yeah, I was gonna say the first one was not too long ago, right?
Yeah. And then
That's
they did
awesome.
the European thing, and now they're doing camp Punk and Drublic.
Dude, that's what I wanted to. I'm a huge camper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I have a few tents. I have like a giant one, and I have a smaller one that I'll put on my motorcycle and just like drive around and camp out, and it's fun, man. Okay, it's not Rishi. I had to make sure it wasn't Rishi. I'm on call, dude. I feel like I work for a company.
When I first walked in today, who was handing out press badges? You were like answering a bunch of questions for them. She had a boot on.
Kate.
Oh, is that Rishi's?
Yep.
Yeah.
Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Katie.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's awesome. She's a huge help. We actually had a lot of help this year too, which also made this year a bit
I
different.
told him like whatever I can do. He's like just post memes and do funny stuff online.
Oh, so just be yourself.
Yeah. It's just, thanks. Is there anyone that you're stoked to see this year?
Offspring, of course, which everybody knows about that.
Yeah, Offspring. For anybody who doesn't know, for this, the Offspring had to bail. There was an injury that happened last night, actually.
Yep, they played Upper Darby, which I believe is near Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. Their crew came today, actually, to organize some stuff in their truck and get ready
Yeah.
for them to go back out and do whatever. But yeah, it's a huge disappointment, man. The Offspring is like, I would not be a musician without that band.
Same.
Noodles on the guitar, man. Like when I did my guitar lessons when I was 11 years old, I learned Americana front to back. Like, and my guitar teacher would just, all right, we did all this Offspring album. What do you want to do next? And like, well, there's this other album called X-Nay on the Hombre, and he was like, oh my God, no more Offspring. But at that point, I got pretty good at trying to figure it out on my own, you know.
It could have been way worse. There was a guitar teacher that when Guitar Hero 3 came out, all these kids wanted to learn was Through the Fire and Flames. He's like, I can't teach you that. I can't play it.
That's yeah, it's difficult. Whatever.
Yeah, Herman Lee's a beast. If you could put a festival together, who would you put on it? Just 5 bands, 3 bands.
Oh man, I like so many different types of music. So like, I would find myself wanting to categorize a fest. Like Four Chord's really cool because it's really about, you know, punk rock and that kind of thing, which is awesome. So I would have a list of bands for that. I'm also huge into classic rock. I think we talked about this last year too.
Yeah.
So a classic rock fest would be amazing. Are we talking like bands that are around now, or
Bands that are still alive.
Still alive now? I mean, if it was for punk rock, like obviously Offspring for sure.
Yeah.
I really like Face to Face, Bad Religion, Pennywise. Jeez, I mean, there's so many like amazing punk bands.
Yeah.
Amazing punk bands out there.
This year's Warped Tour in Atlantic City was the dream of like every band. You had A Day to Remember, you had Less Than Jake, you had Bowling Pursuit, Blink-182, played Enema, State front to back.
Ugh.
It was incredible.
That's Christmas Day for pop punk.
It was
legit.
It was. And then like all the old school dudes, like Andy McDonald was like on the half pipe. Bam Margera was there.
All the old school skaters.
Yeah, they all showed up.
Andy McDonald wasn't he in like one of the Tony
Andy
Hawk
Mack
games?
was in Team Boom Boom with Tony Hawk. They were like the tag team
That's sick,
on
dude.
X Games.
That's awesome. That's another thing that made the festival different this year. The vert ramp.
I really like that.
I liked it too.
Whose idea was that to put the vert ramp in the wrestling ring in? You couldn't do it last year because it was a smaller venue inside.
Right on. So Rishi is really his best friend. He does wrestling.
That's awesome.
And he, I guess they just put something together for it. The vert ramp, I'm really not sure how that came about, but seeing everybody on the BMX bikes just going nuts and jumping around, like right next to me, I'm like, holy cow, this is awesome, you know? It's really weird. It almost feels like it's come full circle.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the early days of Warped and like the old like tours that used to happen.
Rishi said on stage tonight that the first show he went to was a Warped Tour here in the parking lot here.
It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, so full circle.
Legitimately full circle.
So what have you guys been up to music-wise?
A lot this year. We went back to New Jersey with our best friend, Chris Madami. We're getting ready to record more with him, hopefully in the near future. But we busted out 10 songs instrumentally. This was a few months ago.
You guys do music or lyrics first, or is it kind of like a combination?
It's mostly music first. Rishi will come up with a hook and he'll bring it to the band, and we'll kind of just
dance around it.
Pretty much float ideas around. It's interesting because this is the further along we go, the more the formula kind of evolves, so to say.
You guys get tighter as a band. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I wish we would have practiced more for this show, but everyone said we sounded great.
Yeah,
so
you guys did.
There was just no time, man. With Four Chord and oh my god, dude, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. We all work jobs. It's not like we do this full time, you know.
Everyone I talk to, like, music isn't their full-time gig. This is like their part-time thing or side hustle, hobby.
It's like, I don't know. For me, it's a part-time gig with full-time attention.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
That's the best way of putting it.
It's kind of ironic. I don't know, especially because I do a lot with it. With Eternal Boy, I play in a Black Sabbath tribute band as well with my brother.
About that last year. That's
awesome. It's a lot, and that's going great too.
How do you feel about Ozzy being in a Post Malone song?
The funny thing was all the media from it. People wondering, like, I forget the type of post I was reading. Something like, "Who's this Ozzy guy?"
I saw that.
Good thing Post Malone was able to like make him popular.
There were legitimate fans of Post Malone who thought that Post Malone made Ozzy famous. And there was another pick that happened a couple days ago. It was Post Malone and Tony Hawk, and they were doing the same thing.
Oh my god,
they're doing the same thing.
Ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. To each their own. But it's just somebody as iconic as Ozzy Osbourne. That's
like saying Paul McCartney.
Right. Yeah, we made Paul McCartney famous by letting him play on our song. But whatever, I mean, good for Post Malone and good for Ozzy.
Speaking of Paul McCartney, there's a new movie that came out called Yesterday. Have you seen it?
I've not.
You should see it. Anyway, small idea for the plot. This is the plot of it. Is that this dude gets into a motorcycle or a bike accident. I saw it. Into a bike accident and wakes up, and he's the only person who knows the Beatles that ever existed. He's also a musician. And he goes around and he rewrites the Beatles songs for himself.
What a premise.
Yeah. And he's the only one in the world that knows the Beatles exist. If you could do the same thing, what band?
Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd?
Well, I don't know. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. I don't know, honestly. Maybe Blink, because I feel like I know the discography so well that it'd be
front to back.
Easy to replicate for me, you know?
Everything's in C.
A lot of it, yes. C, G, E, the basics, you know. The keys without a lot of sharps.
Yeah.
Or flats, whatever. But I think that would be easy.
Yeah.
I like the premise a lot. That's actually something that I was thinking about. I've been thinking about it for a while, actually. How interesting it is, the idea of when you hear a song and it becomes a soundtrack soundtrack to a particular time, and it's kind of always going to be ingrained in your head. I feel like you're never going to lose it. I was always wondering, not always wondering, but the past few years I've been thinking, how weird would it be if you could somehow erase that?
Yeah.
Not to get too like far off the deep end here,
Yeah.
but legit, if you could like unhear a song.
If the whole world could unhear a song, or if, like, I mean, you personally.
Like even just me, like how cool would that be if I can like unhear Dark Side of the Moon and like do it again?
Or Enema, just in the...
Right, or Enema of the State, or anything huge,
Offspring,
you know?
like anything
Oh my God,
like-
Smash? Like yes, like I will unhear that and just like fall in love
Listen
all
to it
over
again.
again.
Or would it be, not to get even more down the rabbit hole, is that if you hear it again, being that you're already subjected to things that are coming out today, you're just like, that sucks.
Ah, dude, yeah, good point.
Because some of the stuff is kind of dated.
I mean, yeah, you could look at it that way as far as topics for songs. You could look at it that way for the recording process and how quality has changed so much over the years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great point. It's a really, really good point.
Bands are going back and revamping lyrics and songs now. Bowling for Soup just did it. And Girl All the Bad Guys Want.
Oh,
They
really?
just revamped all the lyrics. No one knows the hell two-way is.
They're coming soon, I think.
I'm interviewing them on Thursday.
Where are they playing at again?
I have no clue.
I'm gonna have to message.
Them, Less Than Jake, and Authority Zero.
Right on, right on. I haven't seen Authority Zero in a long time.
Yeah, they just put a new record out.
I'll check
They're
that
coming
out.
out with 30th anniversary. I just know this because their publicist gets a hold of me all the time about stuff.
I'm gonna have to message Rob, their bass player. He used to be in Patent Pending. He's still in Patent Pending.
Still in Patent Pending? Okay. Yeah.
Still in Patent Pending. We went with them to the UK this year, and Rob couldn't go, unfortunately, which I was
That was the question.
devastated.
How was the UK tour? You guys went with Never There, which is other Rob, who is Joe from Patent Pending's brother.
Yes.
They went to Europe with you and Eternal Boy, Patent Pending, Never There.
Yeah, it was sick. I would say if there was one bad thing about it, the excitement was definitely there, but it wasn't anything like the first time.
Yeah.
You know, but the great thing about it was going back and seeing familiar faces, meeting friends again, making new friends, bonding with Patent Pending even more. Andy and I both stayed on the bus this year, which was great. We hung out.
I would love that life.
It's really cool, man. It's such a it's an interesting experience just to kind of like lay in a bunk in another country and wake up and you're in like Glasgow or somewhere ridiculous. It's like, oh, now I'm here. I don't know.
How do you compare US to UK tours? Is the fans different? They act like
They respond differently to the music. I think they're more in touch, I think, with music that's, I don't want to say older, but like they're really into like the older punk. Like if you talk to people in the UK about bands like The Offspring and
Off Ivy.
H2O and all these like sick punk bands, that I think they're more up to speed with those kind of things than we are here. I don't feel like they respond super differently. I mean, they're definitely way into it, which is great, especially coming from so far. It's humbling to play music that far away from home, and people are jumping up and down, and they know the words, and they're hanging out after shows, and it's awesome. It really, really is.
What's the oldest piece of clothing you own?
I actually brought it today.
Yeah?
That's really weird that you said that. When I was in sixth grade, I bought 2 Offspring shirts from the local like record shop where I would go and buy like CDs, and they're the exact same shirt. And I bought one in large and one in extra large because I wanted to wear them for the rest of my life.
Okay, so you just grow into them.
Right, exactly. So they were always huge on me.
Now you wear mediums.
Now we're medium, so it's like it's still big on me, but but that's definitely the oldest piece of clothing I have. And I brought it because Offspring was playing. And it's like I saw it. It's like I have to bring this. I felt weird not bringing it.
Yeah, I think I have a Social Distortion T-shirt. It was a really weird show. It was them, Sum 41. Who else? Unwritten Law.
Ooh, dude.
Ed Automatica. Punchline. It was like the X Fest.
That's awesome, man.
And it was like way back in the day.
Unwritten Law, dude. Great band.
Yeah.
Love that band. Elva, holy cow, dude.
Yeah.
Oz Factor,
Self-titled.
so sick, dude.
I like their acoustic record.
Dude, right?
Yeah, it's so good. I love acoustic.
I'm trying to remember what that's called.
From Something to Your Ears or something like that. It's like a.
I haven't heard
Sounds
that
like a
in a
Panic in
minute.
the Disco title.
Have not heard that in a minute,
Yeah.
that album, but it's fantastic. I'm gonna have to look that up again.
I like the orchestra thing that Taking Back Sunday did. Have you ever seen that? It's on YouTube.
Mm-mm.
You look it up. Just type in like Taking Back Sunday acoustic, and they have like an orchestra behind them. They're playing all their songs, like fucking timpani drums and stuff. It's intense.
That is sick.
Would you guys ever do that?
I try to encourage, like going bare bones, so to say. We have opportunities every now and again where it's going to be an acoustic show.
Yeah.
And there's been a very small handful of shows where something happened and Andy couldn't play. Like I remember the one show, I think it was West Virginia. Andy got sick and could not play, so Richie and I played acoustic. And I love doing that.
Acoustic bass or acoustic guitar?
Guitar. I'm a guitar player at heart,
yeah.
for sure. So playing the guitar is great, and it's such a cool vibe, and everyone seems to really enjoy it and be receptive about it. And
something really cool Rishi did a couple years ago.
When he ran around Pittsburgh,
yeah,
and filmed those acoustic songs.
No, it was I think it was at Four Chord. No, it wasn't. It was at Altar Bar. He did True Life I Wear Girls Jeans, and Cello Forte came on stage, and they like ripped it up. The cello band.
Oh, Cello Fury.
Fury.
Yes.
I said Forte. There is a band called Cello Forte. It's just plugging everybody here. There's four.
You can check them out on Spotify.
Yeah. MySpace.
Cello Fury is awesome.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's so cool. There's videos you can watch of Rishi playing with them.
Yeah.
And Rishi will start a song, and then Cello Fury will come in, and he's like, it's like, wow, I'm playing with real musicians, so to say.
And last but not least, what is up for you guys end of 2019 going into 2020?
So now that Four Chord is almost over,
You start planning for next year.
pretty much, I guess.
Yeah.
Writing, we gotta get this album finished.
Yeah.
For sure. We gotta go back to Chris's and track some more things.
Do you have an ETA out for that?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Sometime in 2020.
I would hope.
Yeah.
Would absolutely hope for sure. If we push, I think we can make that happen.
Yeah.
But things come up,
Yeah.
I guess you could say. And it all depends on like the vibe too.
Yeah.
That's a really underestimated thing. If the songs are coming and we can get together and collectively agree on them. Not that we disagree a lot by any means, but it's interesting. Like the theme for the new record has been, how do we make it different from Awkward Phase? What can we do to make it different? And whether it's keys, what I've been trying to promote a lot of, do some different keys.
I'm
not keys. Key, like actual key of song.
I thought you meant like.
No. Definitely not.
It's Motion City soundtrack. I'm so excited they're back together.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
But I can play. I can play a mean moog.
I can play.
Give me 2 octaves and I'm good.
I can play a little bit of Light My Fire on the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Jaws theme.
I was in classic rock band. Me and my brothers were the youngest classical rock band in the United States at one point.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta send you a picture of that at some point. We were in the newspaper.
You have to send me like a file.
I'll just send you a portfolio.
You do?
It's my whole life. I played keyboards for a whole lot.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
You have to know a lot of theory for that.
I taught myself.
Oh, you did it by ear?
It was like Journey, Foreigner, Boston, Kansas, the Beatles, Rolling Stones, that kind of shit.
Dude.
Yeah, but I did like White as Shade of Pale, like Poco Harem, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Badass, dude.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I would love to learn keys. Sometimes I wish that I would have started with that because it's so theory-based.
And I'm just like, okay, C to C, and then it's like, okay, 5th fret is A. And then this is D, and I'm like, oh, just work your way up the piano.
I mean, it's a good way of looking at it, and you'll learn a lot about theory and tuning
And the band's playing tonight, Simple Plan. Why is this interview about me now? Simple Plan and Good Charlotte were 2 bands that taught me. This was like, you don't have to play this C chord. It could just be a bar the whole time. You can just play power chords, which is what a lot of
punk rock is.
Yeah.
It's like all power
and
chords.
That's what got me into it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I could go theory. I could talk theory all day, man. I love music theory. I think it's so cool. I don't look at it as rules. I look at it more as guidelines.
You should start a YouTube channel and just talk theory. There's a dude on there, graduated from Berkeley. He still does that with bass.
Dude, actually, it's something I've highly considered, to be honest with you, because
you see my setup.
Yeah, right. Like I could, if you can do this, I can do it. No, I'm kidding.
No, seriously, it really is. And then a whole lot of like YouTube tutorials. Just how do I do this? This is my.
I mean, I would enjoy it because first and foremost, a lot of bands that we're friends with will talk about notes, and I'll ask like, hey, what key is it in, or something like that.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody's describing a song to me, and they'll be like, I don't know what that stuff means. And it's like it is a language, and it's not to sound pretentious or anything like that, but it's cool to have an understanding of it and use it to your advantage.
Yeah.
And plus, I would like the interaction more so. Like to do a video with different tunings on the guitar, which I'm crazy about. Different like open guitar tunings to make things sound really full and really pretty.
Opeth.
Opeth?
Opeth is just like crazy tunings.
Really?
Crazy tunings, yeah. They asked him, he's like a Swedish dude. They asked him like, why do you tune this and play this like it just sounds cool to me? He doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay.
He's just like,
just hearing
that sounds cool.
Doing it.
Yep. And it's
That's
easy
interesting.
to play.
I like doing it with open tunings a lot.
Open tunings?
Like C major. Like
you guys are in drop D a lot.
D flat.
D flat?
Mm-hmm. Drop
you
D flat.
Can't sing anymore?
That's all we do is drop D flat.
I
live
like,
at least.
Yeah.
But I like a lot of the, like if I'm doing an acoustic cover of something, not that I like release videos of it or anything, but like if I'm at home just jamming out and like just going through old songs from back in the day, I like to put an open tuning to it so I can just strum like real like pretty chords and make it like real easy to play. And
or like a song is in D, capo on the 2nd fret. So you're playing like open C. C.
My move is I did a Rufio song like this, Road to Recovery.
Okay.
And it's C major. And what I did is I take string 2, which is B in E standard tuning, and I tune it up a half step to C. Okay. So string 1 is then E, string 2 is E, or I'm sorry, string 1 is E, string 2 is C, string 3 is G.
So you get the whole chord. Yeah.
So string 1, 2, and 3 literally are an open C major chord. So then you can play power chords on strings 6, 5, and 4. Yeah. And always ride that like tonic chord the whole time. And it just makes for like a mega like awesome.
Like 4 people right now know what the hell we're talking about.
Maybe, I don't know. Like, we're getting a little.
It sounds cool. It sounds
getting a little heavy, but you can do that with a bunch of them though.
Yeah.
Like string 3, same thing. Tune it up a half step, G to G sharp. So then you have string 1 E, string 2 B, string 3 G sharp.
That could be your niche.
That's an open. That's an open E major chord.
That could be your YouTube channel.
And then we could
really
discuss
sick.
other tunings from it. Like I want to learn about other ones that are out there. Like this is just shit that like I'm like just screwing around with.
Anyway, guys, this has been the Pop Punk Dad with Joe from Eternal Boy. We'll do this at 4 Chord 7 probably next year. I'm looking forward to it, man. Is this a tradition? I think so.
Did we just become best friends?
The only thing that didn't happen this year was Corey didn't walk in the interview halfway through.
It was Joe Pending.
Yeah.
He walked in halfway through and said, "Joe, your dad's looking for you. The truck's here," or something like that.
Cut it short.
Nerd. I love those guys.
Yeah. Hey guys, now that we're at the end of the video, thank you for commenting, and subscribing. You can check out daily blogs on thepoppunkdad.com, which features daily reviews and interviews from awesome bands. Head on over to the Pop Punk Dad official merch shop where you can buy cool things like that right there. It helps the channel out and lets me know that you love me. I have a weekly podcast called the Pop Punk Dadcast, which is on SoundCloud and iTunes now. Please subscribe. While you're at it, cruise around and check out other content on this channel. You can check out all my social medias, my IG, my FB, and my Twitter, at the Pop Punk Dad. And above all else, guys, stay pop punk. Later.